Hi everyone and welcome back. It's Boone once more. I'm back in the comfort of my own home. I have been here now for a little over a month after getting surgery and being in the hotel for about a week-ish. Yeah, almost a week in the hotel and then like 5 days in the hospital. And I had not recorded anything since I've been home. I haven't really known what to talk about or what to do, and I've just kind of been focusing on recovering and all that. And I thought, hey, why not just give a little update on everything that's going on, because I haven't talked to you all in a while and I've been bored, and I'm like, here's something to do. So, like I mentioned, it's been a little over a month since I've been home. I got back, we drove home from the hotel on the 17th of March. And it's now, as I'm recording this, April 25th. So it's been a little over a month. By the time that we were driving home, I was pretty good. I was not really feeling much regular pain. There'd be little things here and there that would like bother me. Sometimes, it was definitely uncomfortable to sit still. I needed to use my donut pillow all the time if I wanted to sit anywhere. I was mostly just lying down in the bed because there wasn't really much room to walk around in the hotel or do anything anyway, so it was kind of just my normal spot. But I was in pretty good spirits. I was playing video games and watching TV, and there wasn't really much regular pain. After we left the day after I had my second catheter taken out. If you've seen my vlogs, kind of how that whole thing went. So really we stayed 1 day longer than we originally had intended to, in order to make sure that I could pee. And there was a lot of craziness involved in that. It was fine at first, and then there was a little bit of what was looking like could have been more urinary retention, which is what happened the first time, and then eventually I overcame it. I thought I might have to go to the ER. I didn't. Once I overcame that, there was a huge relief. The next day, I could still pee. Everything was fine. I noticed myself feeling like I really needed to pee. Just like suddenly. It would happen very suddenly, and then I'd have to go. And it would happen really frequently. And then when I would go, and then I'd have to go again. So that was kind of bizarre, and definitely something I had to get used to. I will say, when I got home, that was still kind of going on for a few days, and I was like just kind of getting used to the way it all felt. It was the anatomy was so different, and I don't know. I don't know exactly why that happened, but I'll say now it's stopped. I do feel like the urge to pee kind of happens more suddenly still a little bit. Um, and it kind of like, I think the shorter urethra can cause that, but it's not nearly as bad. Like before, I would like have to run to the bathroom all the time, and now that's like, I'm pretty much back to normal. And that's kind of my overall update, is that I feel, other than the fact that everything in our world is kind of unusual right now, I feel pretty much back to normal. It's funny timing, this whole pandemic, because with all these stay-at-home orders and everyone being in quarantine, this was my plan for like 3 months anyway after surgery, because I have to dilate 3 times a day every day, and I'm just still getting used to recovering and everything. So this was kind of my plan, was to stay at home all day every day anyway. So I feel very fortunate that I was in a state where I was already mentally prepared to be doing that. I feel very lucky for that. I know for a lot of other people, it's a much, much more of a burden. I had already planned my whole life around this. I don't have anything big to get back to. I'm currently in the process of deciding whether or not I'm gonna be going back to school, but the universities are offering online courses right now and everything. So it's really like, mentally I'm doing pretty darn well, I have to say. Like, there's nothing urgent in my life right now, and there's nothing nothing feeling that's it's impending, or something big is on the horizon, and that feels really, really nice for a change. I don't think I actually realized how much this surgery had been weighing on me until after having it. I knew I was thinking about it all the time, and I mostly registered that as excitement, which it was. That wasn't incorrect, but I think I didn't fully grasp the weight of it all. I mean, it was a huge, huge occupant of my mind, And now that it's done, like, I just have this huge feeling of relief. I feel like I can just live now. And, the future's kind of uncertain at the moment with COVID-19. Everything is kind of all over the place. We don't really know what the future looks like. But I just know that this was such a huge barrier to my life, and now it's done. And now, I'm still recovering, but I'm getting there. I can exercise now. They said I had to wait about 6 weeks to exercise, so I've been able to go on long walks and do all that stuff. Live my life pretty much normally, other than the fact that I'm pretty much just staying at home all the time. But yeah, I don't think I really, really, really got how much of a barrier this was. How much of an obstacle. I mean, now that it's over, I can really just feel like I can do anything. I could go back to school. I could not. I could keep working at the job I've worked at for like 2 years now. I could go look for other stuff. Like, it just feels like the world's my oyster. Really, for the first time ever, I want to say. I thought that like graduating high school would have a similar feeling, but it didn't. It was pretty underwhelming, and I think that this is really what was missing. It really kind of makes me feel more like an adult. Um, in a way, it's weird. It feels like I've gained more autonomy through this. I think it's just like I'm so much more comfortable with myself now, and if this is done now, this is this huge thing that I knew was gonna have to happen at some point. It's done. I don't need to worry about it anymore. So now I can just kind of plan my life without having to consider this huge major obstacle that would take up several months. Obviously, I'm still in that process because I'm still recovering. I still have to dilate 3 times a day for probably at least another month and a half. It could be a month and a half, it could be 3 months. My guess is June, sometime in early mid-June, I'll be able to go down to once a day, maybe twice a day. I've talked to my doctor about it, and it's kind of like your dilating schedule is sort of flexible. It's kind of more about how you're doing and stuff. You got to check in with yourself. But yeah, I've been feeling really, really great physically. I feel like I took pain meds. Like, I was taking ibuprofen within the last days of being in the hotel, and then when I got home, I don't think I've taken pain meds since I've been home. I haven't needed to. And honestly, I barely felt the need to in the hotel most of the time. The pain has been like, once out of the hospital, the pain was super manageable. So physically, great. I've been going on walks, as I said. I haven't like done any push-ups or anything. I haven't really exercised as much as I used to, just mostly out of laziness. But I feel really great. I feel like I totally could if I wanted to. And then mentally, as I said, I've been doing pretty great too. Like, just having this feeling for once in such a long, long time that there's nothing I really need to be doing right now or worrying about is so great. I mean, the last few months of my life had been really, really stressful. Actually, not the last few months. Some of the months leading into the surgery were like, they were okay. But in general, like with school and then having to plan surgery and getting insurance figured out and prepping for surgery, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm just so, so happy to be at home. And I'm very, very fortunate to have a family that I really like spending time with, and a home that's safe, where I can just kind of recover in peace. Been talking to friends online, which has been very nice to keep in touch. I'm a very social person, so that's been needed. But a lot of my social needs have kind of been fulfilled by just getting to hang out with my brothers and stuff. So it's been very nice. And I just like, I think I'll probably make a separate video on how this has affected me. This going through the surgery has affected me emotionally, because it's been tremendous. It's had such a huge, huge impact on me, in a lot of ways that I really wasn't even expecting. Like, I knew it was going to feel great to have it done, but I had some concerns about it, and I wasn't entirely certain how I'd feel afterwards, and the satisfaction and everything. And I will just say that there's been zero disappointment throughout the whole thing. I think the most stressful thing since getting home has been dilating. At first, it was very, very daunting. It was uncomfortable. It was foreign. It was weird, kind of scary, and time consuming. Now it feels mundane. I just watch TV for 20 to 30 minutes as I do it 3 times a day. It's really easy to do. Again, being in quarantine, I'm not missing out on going out to do things because, I have to dilate. I'm home anyway, so again, that feels really lucky. Like, dilating, I'm not even thinking about very much anymore. It's just like a part of my regular routine. It doesn't hurt for me. For some, it does. Everyone has different experience with that. I feel very lucky to not have pain. It can be kind of uncomfortable sometimes and weird, but overall, I'm at a point now where I feel pretty good about it. I'm on my third size dilator, which I wasn't expecting to be on there for like 9 months. I think the documentation they gave me of the dilating schedule was a little dated, and they have kind of their own thing. And yeah, I don't know, but I'm comfortable with it. Didn't take very long to move up, and yeah, I definitely want to make another video, I think, at some point, talking about like how this has really affected me emotionally, as I said, because I think it's some interesting stuff that I've been reflecting on that I'd like to share. But for now, this is more just an update, like how am I doing, where am I at? Doing great. You guys have been so nice on the comments in my vlogs, showing your concern and giving me well wishes and all that, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that people are still watching this channel. I still get new subscribers and people are interested in saying nice things. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know exactly where this channel's going. I haven't had too many topics recently, but if you guys have any suggestions at all, it can be trans related or not, it can be LGBT related or not, I would love to tackle it. And just, yeah, I'm very open. So if you guys have anything at all, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you not too long from now.